How many times have you taken a trade that has automatically gone into your favor just to quickly reverse and hit your stop loss? Do you feel like you don't know what to do when price is going between your entry and your stop loss, or when it's slightly in profits? Should you close, take partials, or open another trade? I will answer all of these questions in this video by giving you a few simple but key guidelines on how to manage a trade. And I will also share with you an Excel sheet I made to help you make trade management a piece of cake. First, I need to make sure that all of you are along the same path. When we are trading, it's not up to us to decide whether a trade will make us money or not. What the market does is literally out of our control. Therefore, we shouldn't feel guilty or happy when we lose or win. Consequently, we should only take responsibility if we break or skip our own rules, because that's the only cause of unprofitability. Now that we have clearly pointed up, what you could do is focus on perfecting what is actually under your control, which is how you manage the trade. Now, there is a question that must be answered regarding trade management. Is it worth taking partials or not? Let's compare two traders. They both use the same trading model, which consists of having a very low win ratio of about 20% and 10 risk to reward ratios per trade. One of them only closes the trade when it hits the stop loss or the take profit, and the other trader manages the trade in a smart way, taking partial when it's necessary. What would their equity curves look like after, let's say, 20 trades? Now, this is not an accurate example, and it's only based on my own experience. The first trader ended up with a bigger equity of around $124,000, whereas the second trader ended up at $119,000, so $5,000 less. In plain sight, it seems like the first trader was more profitable, given that he made more money. You will be right if it wasn't for the negative conditions that you will be overlooking. And it's that we are humans. Not only do we tend to commit mistakes that lead to a worse performance, but we could also occasionally let our emotions take control of our decision. Look at the first trader's equity and ask yourself, how many trades would you be capable of losing in a row without getting emotionally involved, and as a consequence taking more and more bad trades? So it's not a question of how much money you can make, but rather how can you be more consistent. In the end, our main goal must be becoming a consistently profitable trader, and then it's easier to scale by growing our capital. In conclusion, taking partials will help our mindset to stay profitable. I know that ideally we want to see price creating a straight impulse wave directly hitting our target, but that's rarely the case. Now we have another question. When do we take partials? We want to take partials when the market could potentially reverse against our trade. So let's say that you open a long and you're currently in profit and your target is way higher. You don't know if price is going to hit your target or not. So it will be smarter to take partials when the probabilities of price reversing against you following your own plan are increased. We don't know exactly where the trade could reverse from, but there are certain levels that have a higher probability. And these levels are a higher degree structural point, and a mitigated level, or after grabbing external liquidity. Moreover, if the trade isn't at any of these levels, but it shows a confirmation to reverse that follows your plan, then it's an accurate moment to take partials. Did you know that there is a very simple trick to be always risk-free, even after you open a trade? Let's say that you have just opened a trade and it's running about 1 RR in profits, and your final target is 5 RRs. Now, according to your plan, price is telling you that it wants to reverse right here from the 1 hour point. However, you are unsure if your stop loss will hold or not. So what is the best option? What could you do to face the uncertainty? The best way to cope with this situation is by closing 50% of your position at 1 hour. And then if price hits your stop loss, you will end up being at break even. In addition, if price respects your stop loss, then you will still be making more money if price continues towards your TP without risking actually anything, because if it hits your stop loss, you are at break even. Now, taking 50% of the profits as a partial is for when price is at 1 hour in profit. But if it is more or less than 1 hour, the calculation will not be simple anymore. That's the reason I have created this Excel sheet to assist you. Now, the way you use this Excel sheet is by inputting some key information that you can do very quickly when you're in a trade. The first thing that it asks you is to put the volume or the lot size of your current trade. Let's say you open a trade with 10 lots, so we are going to place 10 lots. And then how many risk to reward ratios are you currently in profits? Let's say that you are 1 risk to reward ratio. Now you can see I have many sections here. For the first 4 sections, I have predetermined what percentage of the profits that you take as partials you want to keep if price hits your stop loss. So in this first section is for when you want to be a break-even, basically when you close a specific partial to be a break-even when price hits your stop loss. In the case of a trade with 10 lots at 1 hour in profit, you should close 50% of your trade, which is 5 lots. Now, following the same example, let's say you want to keep 25% of the profits when price hits your stop loss. So instead of being at break-even, you will still be in profits. In this case, instead of closing 50%, you will have to close 57%. And the same for when you want to keep 50% or 75% of the profits. Now, the last sections allows you to control how much you want to keep from the profits that you made with the partials. Let's say I want to keep, for some reason, 33% of a trade that is currently 1 hour in profits, then you should close 59.88%. Now, there are some cases where there is no way you can keep profits when price hits your stop loss. For example, let's say that you want to keep 100% of the profits at 1 hour. That's fine because you close 100% of the trade and that's it. What happens if we want to keep 90% of the profits for when price hits your stop loss being at 1 hour in profits? Well, you have to close 90.9% of the trade. What happens if instead of being at 1 hour, we are at 0.5 hour in profits? There is no way you can close a percentage in which when price goes back to your stop loss, you are still in profits. The LSFG will tell you that you can't keep 90% of the partials with this risk to reward ratio when price hits your stop loss. You must close 100% of the trade to be true. Okay, so there are some specific cases where it's impossible to be in profit when price hits your stop loss. The point is when to use this, right? You want to close a bigger portion of your trade when price has lower probabilities of hitting your ideal TP. But if you think, based on your own analysis, that there is a very high likelihood of price going to your TP, then you shouldn't close too much at the beginning because you will be missing a lot of money. So ideally, you want to create your own probability system to know how much you should be closing. But as a simple rule, this will allow you to always be in profit, no matter if you are 0.1 hour in profit. Another example for this is that you are not even 1 hour in profit and price is showing you that it wants to reverse. Maybe you are 0.4 hour in profit. Well, that's fine. If you are not sure if price is going to go into your favor, just close 71.42%, in this case 7.14 lots, and that's it. If price hits your stop loss, you are still at break even. No need to worry. Okay, so the point is to get rid of that uncertainty that leads to poor decision making. It leads to allowing your emotions take control of your own decisions. Now, for those who watch till the end, I'm going to be giving away 2 monthly memberships. The only thing you need to do is comment hashtag SMS, and the winners will also have $100 discount to join our lifetime membership. I hope this helps you have a better win ratio and see you in the next video.